Snuggle up, little ones, and let us regale you with the tale of a fearsome foe called gender norm, who ultimately would fail. It wasn't many moons ago that gender norm, he ruled our land, and things were fine until they weren't, and life got out of hand. But before we go too far into the story of gender norm, know that his main goal in life was to get you to conform.
I don't know that his intention was necessarily to cause pain, but that is what he did to many, again and again and again.
When gender norm first came to town, he had a certain charm. People liked him and didn't think he was capable of causing harm.
Sometimes we find ourselves on a path we never meant to roam. One with a dead end that's so far from home.
So pretty, little Rose. But what's up with the blue? Blue's for boys. I think pink is more for you. Oh, Thomas, let's avoid the dancing. Here's a ball. Go kick it. Your sister can do the prancing.
He was unwavering, consistent, strong in his convictions. He liked things tidy and in boxes, and to decipher fact from fictions. He was forthright and direct. He believed what he thought best. People took comfort in his orderly approach and put it to the test.
It seemed the public had made an almost unanimous decision to carry on in the ways of gender norm and his derision.
He believed that we were made of two distinctive groups. The women were the homemakers. The men, they were the troops.
The people did what they were told. They stayed inside their lines. They followed gender norm to avoid getting any fines.
For quite a very long while, it saddens me to say that time went by and it appeared gender norm was here to stay. Having him around was normal. He was now the status quo. People didn't realize, they didn't know what they didn't know. You see, intention and result can be a very different thing. And with a set of absolutes, someone is bound to get a sting.
So where is a rainbow? It isn't black and white. And who is gender norm to say what's wrong or what's right?
Lila's favorite thing was playing with bugs and snakes and dirt. And Harvey loves to go to school in his sparkly rainbow skirt.
Violet wasn't she or he, but rather them or they. Sometimes kids didn't understand and wouldn't want to play. Jake, a pro footballer, dreamt of being a stay-home dad, but his teammates all laughed at him and made him feel bad.
Mrs. Gibson wanted the same pay as men with the same job, but gender norms, gender dynamics, meant she wasn't worth as much as Bob.
And Mr. Gibson liked to wear his wife's high heel shoes and to sometimes wear her lipstick when he read morning news.
Whilst it's hard to imagine now people being ashamed of who they were, there was a time when he was him and she was always her. People felt they had to hide what to them was true. Back then, it wasn't, I'll do me and you, of course, do you. There was a sadness and a pain that was nestled in the air, but gender norm made sure that the typicals didn't care. Never mind the tears that rolled down many a shattered face, or the kids and adults alike who felt like they were a disgrace.
Never mind the girls who saw a boy in their reflection, or to those that didn't feel they pointed in any exact direction. Never mind the women dreaming of their blushing bride, and the boys who wanted to have a boy forever by their side.
Gender norm was adamant in the way he saw the world, and his power seemed unstoppable until one day it all unfurled.
Just when it seemed all hope was lost for something better, a glimmer came to the people in the form of an open letter.
Gender norm, your time is up. Concern yourself with us no more, for who we are is up to us. Show your opinions to the door.
Now, I think you may already know the events that happened next. The warriors rallied with their muscles flexed.
They shouted from the rooftops. They whispered in your ear. They told anyone and
everyone willing to stop.
Gender norm is dangerous. His ideals need critique. We are all like snowflakes, each one of us unique. Boxes are antiquated, labels are all wrong. People need to be themselves and know that they belong. Gender norm says that we should only want what we are told, and that something is wrong with us if we don't fit inside his mold.
It took some time, but slowly perceptions began to change. A revolution was upon them, a great shift and rearrange.
It didn't happen overnight, but the winds of change did blow, and what became of gender norm was so very apropos.
Of course, there are still those who think that gender norm was right, and who still work hard to fight for him and carry on his plight.
But the masses, they had spoken, they wanted equality and love. Gender norms put people down, but they chose to rise above.
So be grateful, little ones, for those that came before, who smashed and bashed so you could walk more easily through that door. Appreciate this world that you came to acquire, one where it's easier for you to express your heart's desire.
Remember the days not long ago, before the Great Reform. Remember the will of the people as they defeated gender norm.